So today we'll be planting Swiss chard for our spring garden. And Swiss chard is great for a beginner gardener because it's pretty prolific. So you'll get a lot of it for pretty minimal effort. And I also like growing Swiss chard because it can be grown in your spring, summer, or fall garden. It's a little bit hardier than the other greens in your spring garden like spinach or lettuce because it can tolerate heat for longer. So you'll be able to grow it for stir fries, pastas, and frittatas for way longer. Something to keep in mind if you're wanting to prolong the life of your Swiss chard into your summer garden is it will have a slightly more bitter taste if grown during the heat. There's a couple of varieties we suggest purchasing, which would be the Ford Hook Giant. This is kind of a broader leaf variety that has a lot of crinkles in it and a large stem. And then the 5-color silver beet, if you're interested in adding a pop of color to your garden and having a lot of diversity in the color of your Swiss chard. So when picking a spot to plant your Swiss chard, you keep in mind that it prefers full sun, meaning 6 to 8 hours a day, but can tolerate partial sun. And you want to go ahead and plant it when you have consistent temperatures of 50 degrees outside. Or if you want to transplant them and start them inside 5 to 6 weeks before transplanting. To get a kickstart on germination, I went ahead and soaked my Swiss chard seeds in water for 24 hours. When you go to plant your Swiss chard, you're going to want to do them about a 1/2 inch deep. A good little tool I like to use is about to the pinky knuckle. So I went ahead and made a 1/2 inch deep trough to put my seeds in. You're going to plant them 2 to 4 inches apart, but you can always come through and thin them out later. I like to do a little extra just in case your germination is low. And then I'm gonna come through and cover them up gently. So something to keep in mind with Swiss chard is it likes to be watered deeply and often to prevent it from bolting in the spring season. Something that home gardeners like about Swiss chard is it doesn't have a lot of pests. Sometimes you'll get aphids on your Swiss chard, which can be eliminated by hosing them off aggressively or using insecticidal soap on them. These are some Swiss chard that survive the winter with us. They also tend to do great in containers as long as you get something big enough for them. These are still a little bit small, so if your Swiss chard is growing and not really reaching the height that you'd like, we recommend adding a bit of fertilizer like halfway through the season. As we mentioned before, if the leaf is about 3 inches long, it's going to be great for eating fresh in a salad. It has way less of that bitter taste. So when I harvest, I like to start on the outside of the plant. This will be the older leaves. This one has a little bit of insect damage, but that doesn't mean it's inedible. So you're gonna go around and get the older ones and leave the smaller ones to grow. So the spring chard that we just planted will take about 50 to 60 days to fully mature and be ready to harvest. But I'm going to take some of this winter chard into Natalia so she can make the frittata.
Swiss chard is often prepared cooked due to its unique taste and tendency to taste bitter. Before we get started, the first thing we need to do is we need to wash the chard to make sure that we get off the dirt from the garden. You can add the greens to salad, just keep in mind that the smaller the leaves are, the less bitter they will be. And today we're gonna prepare a Swiss chard frittata so we can taste the rainbow first thing in the morning. So let's get started. We're going to start by preheating the oven to 350 degrees. In a medium bowl, whisk together eggs, milk, salt, and pepper. Once it is whisked well, combine it with the shredded cheese. Set aside the egg mixture. Next, we will add the olive oil, diced onion, and the diced Swiss chard stems to an oven-proof, non-stick cast iron pan set to medium-high heat. Sauté this mixture for 3 minutes or until the stems are softened. The Swiss chard stems can take longer to cook, but we like to add them for their beautiful variety of colors and nutrients. Next, add the shredded Swiss chard leaves and sauté for 2 minutes to wilt. Cooking down the leaves will remove some of the bitterness and it will add valuable nutrients to our frittata, including vitamins A and C, as well as potassium and fiber. Then add minced garlic and cook for an additional minute. Arrange the greens evenly throughout the pan, then reduce the heat to medium-low and add the egg mixture. Cook the eggs in the pan for about 3 to 4 minutes or until they're set. Once set, place the pan in the oven and bake for 5 minutes. For a brown crispy top, place the frittata under the broiler for a minute or 2 at the end of cooking. We are adding some extra cheese on top to get crispy in the broiler. Let the frittata cool in the pan for 5 minutes, then cut it into wedges and serve.
It is good.
No bitterness.
Yeah, you really did a good job of cooking that out.
Its nutrients provide valuable protection to bone structure and brain strength.
And if you're new to gardening, greens like Swiss chard are a great choice. So don't forget to like, comment, and share this video so we can keep bringing kitchen and garden information directly to you.
And don't forget to
Stay Po Fit!